scary toys. I don't know if you've ever seen something really spooky before or something that just made you go, ugh. Oh wait, family, you have? Anyone while watching my video? You're saying that I'm the spooky one? Oh man. Well fine, I guess not scary toys are the only thing we're gonna be looking at today. You'll be looking at my cursed face too. Enjoy. Today we're gonna be looking at some of the scariest toys that you've ever seen before, but you might get to see them soon, cause trust me family, they're haunted and they're probably gonna show up at your doorstep or under your bed. Smash like on this video if you want to get an unexpected toy as a surprise. I heard if this video gets to 8,000 likes, then you might get a little present from your family, not me. Chill family, I don't got money like that. Maybe I'll send you a piece of bubblegum or something. Also, comment down below your favorite toy. I think maybe mine would be a frisbee because I get to hit people with it. Oopsies. Look at these toys, family, and tell me that those are not the spookiest things that you have ever seen. Apparently, they're supposed to be angels, but I don't know how because they look like they've just risen from the dead. These are called cherubs, and they're an electronic toy that would actually speak to you. So what you would do is you would buy the toy, plug the toy in, and then they would proceed to curse your whole life. Because they would say some pretty bad things. I thought angels are supposed to bring you luck, but I think that these things would only bring you pain. Or maybe even bring you close to the ground because I think they're trying to bring you to hell. These things were so scary that they had to stop being sold because they literally gave too many kids nightmares and panic attacks. Call the kids babies all you want, but you're telling me that that thing is gonna watch over you sleeping and you're gonna feel safe? Those things might have been marketed as a toy, but I don't think they got any intention to play. Killing, on the other hand, probably yeah. Meet Barry the bear. No, he's not a raspberry or a strawberry. Come on, family, get your head out of your stomach. It's not time to eat yet. This thing might seem like a regular toy from first glance, but why don't you look a little closer? No, closer. No, even closer. Cause that thing's about to eat you with his mouth. But not just any regular bear mouth. Not just a stuffed animal mouth. A human mouth. Cause those teeth you're looking at? Yeah, they're real human teeth. I'm not kidding. Somehow, someone figured out that the teeth that were coming inside of these bears were from real people and not just made out of plastic. Tell me how they figured this out, I don't know. But after they did figure it out, they immediately stopped selling these toys. Cause we should probably figure out where the teeth are coming from. Are they taking those teeth from dead bodies? Or are they just stealing it from grandpa every time he takes a big bite of that crunchy apple? Cause y'all know he'd be missing teeth after that. Believe me, the apple wasn't too happy about it either. Does somebody want to explain what the flip this is? This dude looks like something I would have drawn on a pen and paper in kindergarten. Circle for the head and then lines for the whole body. That's obviously how real people look, duh. But seriously, I don't know what the idea behind this doll was. Are you a dude who lost his body in a tragic accident? Or are you just a dude who got put on an all-smoothie diet and lost a little bit too much weight? Cause you be looking skinny, bro. Too skinny. For the love of God, just eat a potato or something. Or a piece of bread. I heard cinnamon raisin is pretty tasty, so maybe try that. But to make matters even worse, he's literally called Skinny Bones. Is this supposed to be funny? Cause really, it just looks scary. It's easy, it's fun, just push them together. Push what together? Oh, you mean his skinny bones that are literally about to crack if I touch them? Yeah, I don't think so. But he's one big cushion wind away from falling into an inevitable doom. Yeah, I mean oofing. Like dead. Cause he's fragile. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention that there's also a dog version too? Cause if starving your kid wasn't enough already, let's do it to the family pet too. He can't bark anymore if he doesn't have no neck? Problem solved. As if we didn't already hate clowns enough, let me introduce you to Clyde the Clown. A very sad looking dude with even more questionable clothes and a witch's broomstick for some reason. Come on, Clyde, commit to one thing. Are you a witch or a clown? You can't be both. But yeah, this toy started being sold into many different kids' toy stores around the world, I think. But after he went on the market, some families reported some very mysterious things happening in their house. Plates falling down on the ground in the middle of the night, weird spooky noises, lights being left on for no apparent reason right after they brought Clyde inside their homes. So since people started becoming suspicious, one person decided to do the detective work themselves, and they set up a hidden camera that was on all night to try and catch Clyde in the act. Look at this video, family. You can start seeing Clyde the Clown's head moving when he thought nobody was there. Like, what the heck? Why are you moving your neck, Clyde? You're supposed to be a toy, Clyde. If you wanted to be a human so bad, then maybe you shouldn't have gone to clown school. Nobody told you were allowed to be a possessed doll. That's just not cool. Don't make me take away your red squeaky nose, because I swear to God, Clyde, if you break one more plate at night, I'm gonna do it. This is a jack-in-a-box, and if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a box with a handle on it, and you spin the handle, spin the handle, spin the handle. The box makes a little bit of noise, and then boom, out comes a creepy doll head. That, yeah, is pretty much always creepy looking. Sometimes it's even a spooky clown. Usually these boxes make some kind of song when you spin the handle, but these specific Jack-in-the-Box didn't make a beautiful song. They started saying really weird things. And not just kind of weird things, like threatening things. Like telling the kids that they were about to oof their mommies, and their daddies, and even their dogs. Although that's really creepy, I don't know why these Jack-in-the-Boxes felt like they can talk so much smack. Excuse me, Jack? Did you forget that you're stuck in a box? One more word from you and I'm gonna boot you out into the middle of the ocean. Oh yeah, and since you're stuck in the box, you won't be able to swim. This person ordered a clown off the internet, and then after it arrived, they found out that it wasn't a regular clown. It was a killer clown. You know, the ones that people? Yeah, they'll oof you. Maybe even eat some of you first. Depends how hungry they are. I don't know why anyone would want to buy a haunted clown off the internet, and unless that person was already haunted themselves. But that thing just does not look right. And the worst part about this is apparently the box that the clown came in the mail. Yeah, that box was covered with blood. Not ketchup, family, blood. Probably from the clown's last victim. And oh, his next victim? Oh yeah, that's you. Good luck. This is a toy called a face bank, and y'all didn't even have to tell me that this was a scary toy because look at that thing. Warning or not, that thing looks cursed. Apparently it's a piggy bank that you just put money to its mouth and it goes and eats the cash. Talk about money hungry. That would be a fine idea for a toy, but the thing is, the toy didn't stop with the money. The toy has also been reported to eat human fingers, apparently. Instead of the toy just taking the money when you push the coins in, it was so hungry that it would just take your fingers too. I don't know what he's trying to take your fingers for, but he's eating kids' fingers like they're worth some kind of money or something. Like, bro, you think somebody's gonna pay me for this? You think I walk up to someone and say, hey, wanna buy it? I can give it to you fresh or frozen. If you want it fresh, I can cut it off my hand and give it to you right now. No, nobody wants that. You really think that somebody wants a finger that's been up somebody else's nose? That's a prime boogie finger. To other people, gross, but to yourself, priceless. This is Baby Laugh-A-Lot. She's a doll that literally just would never stop laughing, which sounds kind of cute at first, but then after you live with her for a couple days, it gets, let's just say annoying. But not only was the doll annoying, she also just constantly had this really weird look on her face that made you feel like she was up to no good. Some people even speculated that the doll wasn't even laughing, and she was actually just setting one giant curse on the whole family. People reported really bad things happening to them after they brought this doll into their homes. One family's home even completely burnt down to the ground the day after getting her. Coincidence? Yeah, I don't think so. Evil baby, creepy, laughy, weird curse thing? Yeah, I think that's it. This is a cursed teddy bear. He wants you to think that he's all cute and cuddly, when really he just has a demon inside of him. Like, look at that mouth. Why is your mouth so big, bro? Oh, wait. It's because it gotta be big enough to bite people's whole heads off. Sorry, I forgot. Kind of ironic that a teddy bear that bites other people's heads off doesn't really have a head himself. I guess it's kind of true what they say that hurt people hurt other people because they're hurt themselves. You know what I mean? So Teddy has no head, so then he wants other people to not have heads because he feels so bad about not having a head himself. It's just one crazy teddy bear cursed cycle. But Teddy, do you really gotta bite people's heads off just because you don't have one yourself? Did you forget that we're living in 2022? I got an easy fix for you, bro. Just put on a face mask. Well, except for your eyeballs. You probably need to find some of those. Well, I guess Halloween's only 10 months away, so then you can find yourself some gummy eyeballs. No one will even notice. Don't mind me, family. I'm just playing with my super new, totally cool, extra awesome M&M toy that I just got today. But I'm trying to get the M&Ms out of there, but it's just not working. Nothing. Still nothing. Okay, let's try the third one. We found something. Nothing. Oh, what's that, family? I gotta press down the button. I really don't think that's gonna work. I practically tried everything, but fine, family. If you tell me to do it, you tell me to do. I think it's gonna work. Wait a second. This isn't M&M's. This is some stupid knockoff candy in the shape of a heart too. We don't need love on this channel. The only kind of love we got is for toys, and this one don't even work, so it's stupid. Yeah, that's right. I called you stupid. Wait, why are you looking at me like that, M&M? You're looking kind of creepy, almost kind of crazy. It's kind of starting to scare me. Wait, what was that? You got something else for me? Well, all right. Oh! Oh, what is this? And why is it brown? Oh no, is that what I think it is? Ah! Oh, family, that toy just literally tried to... in my hand! That toy's not fun, it's just mean.
Sky dancers.
I had one of those.
These flying fairies seem to be more menacing than they appear.
More menacing? That's literally Spider-Man dressed up as a fairy with a tutu on him. Pretty sure I've seen scarier things in my parents' washroom after they've eaten McDonald's. Ugh.
Fired off in random directions, and it was effortless for it to launch into people's faces accidentally. Galoob Toys Inc. banned these playthings for good reason after 150 reports of eye injuries, damaged corneas, fractured teeth, facial lacerations, and even a slight concussion.
A slight concussion? Those things look harmless. They're just trying to do a little pirouette, spinny spin, spin in the sky and mind their own business. Why they gotta be banned? Oh, because they hit a couple people in the face or the eye or made them almost pass out. Come on, people, we gotta be tougher than this. We ain't afraid of no dancing ballerinas. On second thought, maybe we are. Those dancers are strong and they could probably poke your eyes out with just the tips of their toes. Cause I've seen them do their points in those ballerina slippers. That's intense.
Splash Off Water Rockets.
Ooh,
On
interesting.
The Splash Off Water Rocket was not a bad toy if you were trying to depict the dangers of science realistically.
What?
On the other hand, it was a wrong choice if you didn't want to learn a painful lesson about over-pressurizing plastic containers and products made by the lowest bidder.
Excuse me, sir, say what now? All I heard was rocket and toy, and then I got so excited that I didn't hear nothing else.
Toy wasn't always produced using high-quality materials, and the plastic would occasionally rupture. It'd hit the kids playing with the toy and, well, end a fun time.
All right, Mr. Toy Maker, sir. Maybe I can see why this one was banned. I mean, I like setting off rockets just as much as the next guy. But if it means that I'm gonna be a one-punch pirate like the Pirates of the Caribbean dude for the rest of my life, yeah, maybe I'll pass.
Aqua Leisure Baby Boat.
Oh, so
it's
cute,
a terrible
little
scenario.
baby.
You put a kid in a pool float to keep them safe, only for them to vanish into the water.
Vanish into the water? But they're in a safe and secure boat. How they gonna vanish? We got Swiper No Swiper out here trying to steal some babies for his backpack? Dora, you better stop him.
These inflated water toys failed to achieve the one thing they were designed to accomplish: keep kids afloat. The shoddy plastic material would often rip, and babies would plop right into the water. Although it later came to light that Aqua Leisure knew about the problem, the company did not recall the product until at least 30 drowning deaths. As you can imagine, the company behind them got into great trouble.
30, oops! And not only regular oops, I'm talking oops of a baby! Multiple babies! And the company knew about it too! I'm starting to think that this company ain't a toy company, they're an I hate babies company! What a cute little baby ever do to you, huh? Except cry and sleep and poop everywhere and keep you up all night and practically taking over your whole life. Besides all of that, what's a baby ever do to you?
Super Blast Balls.
Super
Did you ever have
what?
a pair of these? Super Bang Blast Balls do exactly what they sound like. They make thunderous noises. How do they work? They're two colorful balls that kids could smack together to hear a jump out of your skin noise and occasionally see some sparks, and that's it.
Okay, now come on. Let's hear it. I want to hear the blast.
Now, as riveting as that may sound, they were only on the market for a short time before first complaints of burn injuries and clothes catching fire arose. A toy that allows children to fire caps from their hands? It's no surprise it was banned.
Excuse me, I don't know why this toy was banned. Y'all might think the kids are burning their hands, but all I hear is that you're teaching kids how to be superheroes by getting them to create fire from their hands. Sounds kind of epic to me. If you want to ban the toy, fine. But don't be mad next time that you're on a camping trip trying to cook your hot dogs with no campfire in sight. Coulda used the super blast balls, but y'all don't listen.
Belt-buckle Derringer toy gun.
Okay, what is
Every
this?
little boy's Christmas list in 1959 included this toy. It did, however, pack a punch in the gut.
Wait
this
a sec.
belt-buckle gun would shoot a toy bullet and a cap when the user extends his stomach when worn around the waist.
Wait. Is this a belt with a attached to it? Oh, geez, I'm all about a good 2-for-1 deal. But if that deal involves 2 toys for you and, killing one of them, I'm gonna say no to the deal. Nope, definitely a not.
No, it didn't fire shots, nor were objects projected, but a flame was, and you guessed it, the cap could catch fire. Unfortunately for wannabe cowboys, the caps could be set off accidentally by friction and cause severe burns.
No.
This is definitely not something you want around your nether region.
Okay, correction, family. The belt does not do any, but it can catch fire? I mean, I'm all about keeping warm, down there. But if I wanted it as hot as an extra spicy flaming Dorito, I would just go to the vending machine down the street. More cheese, less, 3rd-degree burns. You know what I mean?
Easy bake oven.
Oh, I had one of those
Every
too.
little girl dreamed of having an easy bake oven. Who doesn't want to bake cookies and cakes on their own in their tiny oven?
Psychopaths don't want to bake cookies on their own, that's who. But that's not us, right?
One of the most significant dangers of owning an Easy Bake was that it became hot enough that children may and did injure themselves. Little fingers were readily stuck in these ovens, which resulted in severe burns. This is clearly a tragedy waiting to happen, mainly because the ovens might reach temperatures of up to 200 degrees Celsius. There were approximately 250 incidences reported, with children suffering from 2nd and 3rd degree burns in 16 of them. One 5-year-old had to have a part of her finger removed.
A part of her finger removed? But wait a sec. I mean, they did just say part of a finger, right? Not the whole thing. I mean, if I had to choose between part of my finger getting cut off or having some delicious chocolate chip fresh baked cookies, that's a hard decision. I don't know, family. I'll have to get back to you on that one. What do you think? Comment down below, cookie or finger?
Yo-yo water ball.
Yo-yo
Imagine
water ball.
attempting to create a genuinely safe toy and failing miserably. The yo-yo water ball is that.
Why?
How can something like a toy be dangerous?
How can something like a toy be dangerous? Sir? Where have you been for all the other toys we've been talking about? I think these toys aren't the only thing that got banned, cause I think your ears did too, cause they don't seem to be working.
After all, it's soft. Not only did yo-yo water balls contain questionable materials, but their design was potentially dangerous.
What?
According
Why?
to Little Things, it used flammable diesel hydrocarbons to make it.
Okay. What is up with all of these toys and being flammable? Fire is not your friend, people. Unless you want to look at it, or if you want to cook with it, or if you want to have it for your nice steaming hot shower. But other than those things, we hate fire. H-A-T-E, hate. Strong word, but I said it.
There have been over 400 cases of near strangulation reported with the use of the yo-yo ball.
Strangle
Its
what?
cord was getting wrapped around the necks of kids, and in some cases causing them to black out.
No!
The cord material was somewhat sticky to make matters worse, making it difficult to release if it did get around the neck. Do you remember wanting or even owning one of these? Lucky you.
Yeah, these toys pretty much strangled lots of kids and they got stuck around their neck because they're so sticky, but do you remember owning one of these? Yeah, did you almost get strangled too? Oh, nice! Lucky you!
dive sticks. The idea behind the diving sticks was to toss them into the pool, let them sink, and then have the kids go in and collect them.
Okay.
These weren't just entertaining for
Simple.
the youngsters, but they also gave parents a few moments of peace as their kids spent more time beneath the water collecting them.
Yeah, totally. Gives your parents moments of peace when you're diving under the deep, deep waters, not breathing or coming up for air. Such moments of release for these, terrible parents. They probably wouldn't even notice if you drowned. Probably wouldn't care either.
How could something as seemingly harmless as a weighted stick be so dangerous? The trouble started with the materials from which it was made. Some of the products were made from hard plastic, which would stand up when they sink to the bottom of the pool. There were recalls in 1999 because kids supposedly got impaled and even had to have surgery for their injuries.
What?
Speaking of injuries, the number one toy in this video is pretty horrible too.
Wait, hold up, family. What does impaled mean? To pierce with a sharp instrument? So let me get this straight. Because the stick was standing up straight, the kids got pierced with it? Yeah, no, I'm not buying this one. Don't know why it was banned. All right, next.
Innocent looking but secretly evil Teletubby.
Was that the name of the toy when you bought it? Innocent looking but secretly evil Teletubby? All right, then.
The doll based on the character from the children's television show Teletubbies. And what could be safer than a Teletubby?
I love
Though this
Teletubbies.
talking Poe doll never injured any child physically, it was removed from the shelves in 1998, the same year it was released.
Why does that one look
No
so
one suspected
creepy?
an adorable Teletubby toy of speaking the questionable language. Parents weren't too happy to learn what their child's doll was teaching them. They heard the doll say inappropriate things, including bite my butt and other phrases unsuitable for children. Not a toy you'd want to get for your kid, right?
So now they're selling cursed Teletubbies? Oh man, family, nobody's safe. If something so sweet like Teletubbies can be cursed, then that means anything can be cursed. Your mom can be cursed. Your dog can be cursed. Even you could be cursed. So stay away from me, aight? Cause I don't trust you.
Lawn darts.
Lawn darts.
It doesn't take much
Sounds
imagination
safe.
to see why steel missiles with weighted skewers could make for a dangerous toy. What could possibly go wrong with heavy metal darts with a very sharp tip at the end?
That are gonna be used by young children that probably have worse aim than my 80-year-old grandpa without his reading glasses on. That's sketchy.
Lawn darts, or jarts, were giant plastic darts with weighted and sharpened metal tips that kids were supposed to throw into plastic hoops on the lawn, a sort of hybrid between darts and horseshoes.
Oh no.
The darts are meant to be grasped by the rod and launched underhand towards the target, but they can cause skull punctures and other serious injuries. If you think that sounds dangerous, the US government agrees with you. They were banned in the US after 6,100 people were sent to the emergency room for the injuries they caused.
6,100 people? I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised. This toy was not made to be a toy, but more like an attack mission. And by all those injuries, I think it succeeded.
Snack time Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, Cabbage
It's all
Patch
fun
Kid.
games until someone loses a finger.
Huh?
But what? The Cabbage Patch Kids were huge in the 80s that came with their own adoption certificates and famously squishy bodies.
Okay.
Seemed so harmless. The Snack Time Kid had a motorized mouth that would munch down on plastic goodies fed to it.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the doll couldn't differentiate between plastic and human. It didn't take long for little fingers to get caught up in the action. Another victim of this ever-hungry doll was hair. Also, there was no way to turn it off since the toy had no switch. Once something got into the Snack Time Kid, it was going to keep going. This real-life garbage pail kid nightmare was eventually pulled from the shelves once enough lawsuits made it clear that it had an insatiable and unsafe craving for the flesh of children.
Oh yeah, we know our Cabbage Patch Kids dolls just munch up kids' fingers and practically rip them right off of their hand. But we're gonna keep it on the shelves until we get sued a couple times and taken to court. And then only after we lose will we finally get rid of them. Poor little Sally just trying to feed her girl a little carrot stick. But little did she know that the only stick that doll is gonna be eating was her pinky finger. R.I.P. little girl. R.I.P. Hello? 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 Oh, weird. Oh, hey, family. I don't know what's wrong with these stupid headphones. Every time I try and listen to music, I just hear some weird noises. Worst toy ever. Ugh. Meet Hugo, the creepy, bald old man-looking toy that you can change around or add things to his face to make him look like a completely different person. He's an ugly, scary version of Mr. Potato Head. Both still bald, though. This dude is a man of 1,000 faces, but I don't even want to see one of them. See, family, more does not always mean better. I'd rather see one beautiful family member's face than 1,000 of Hugo's cursed devil looks that seems like he's gonna eat us at any second. You know it's bad when you got 1,000 plastic surgeries and you still look like a potato. Heck, I'd rather date Mr. Potato Head. But shh, don't tell Miss Potato Head that. It's a secret. Next up, we got Mr. Jolly Chimp, and I don't think he looks too jolly. I mean, can you blame him? If your job was to hit symbols together all day, every day, pretty sure you would be mad too. It might look like his eyes are popping out of his head because he's crazy, but it's actually from all the constant banging. That'd make you go crazy too. Either that or he just found out that Mrs. Jolly Chimp is pregnant. You are the father, sir. Sorry to break the news. And this just in, yep, your child isn't born yet, but he's already deaf. Probably from all the banging. Next toy we got is called Little Miss Darkness, and yeah, she might look cute, but don't let that fool you. Yeah, she got cute hair. Yeah, she got cute eyes, but you know what ain't cute? Her soul that's gonna come and hunt you at night. Cause she possessed. Probably cursed too. You look deeply into their eyes and tell me that they're not trying to take away your soul. Apparently people would get sucked into buying these dolls because their faces look so sad. So then naturally you want to buy it to take care of it and make a fake doll feel better, even though it's not alive. It even has a fake teardrop on its cheek to pretend crying. No, Miss Haunted Hannah, I ain't getting you no chicken nugget. I don't care how much you cry. Okay, fine, maybe one chicken nugget. You're just too cute, I can't say no. But the doll even has on some raggedy clothes and can stick their hand out in front of them. So I don't know if they're trying to say that they're poor and asking for money, or if they're leaving their hands out because they're trying to grab you and bring you over to the dark side with them. I like traveling just as much as the next person, but I don't want to go to hell. Oh my god, it's Pennywise! Why's he gotta show up everywhere? Like, read the room, buddy. Nobody wants you here. Okay, maybe the last doll does, but that's just because you're both evil. Maybe y'all should get married and have one big spooky wedding. You can save money on the guest list too, since everyone who's coming is gonna be ghosts. I heard they don't eat much either. You ever see a commercial for a fast food hamburger and say, wow, that's beautiful? But then you end up buying the burger in real life and you're like, what the heck is this? Well, family, that's exactly like the next toy, Terror Ted. You get the bear and you think that it's just a regular stuffed animal. But plot twist, the teddy bear is sad and depressed. So you feel bad for the bear. You want to help the bear, make the bear feel better, hug the bear? Big mistake. Cause family, as soon as you hug that bear, he reveals a different side of him that you have never seen before. A side of him that's literally inside of him. A side inside. Huh? Because he pulls down his bear mask and then you see that. Whatever you can say that is. In the 20-some years of my life, I have never seen a teddy bear skull before, and that's why. Excuse me while I go throw up. All these kids got completely catfished by all these bears. Or should we just say bearfish? Cause let's be honest, family, the bears are the real snakes here. The cats didn't do nothing. Meet the evil Furby. He's the haunted version of a regular Furby ball. That's just supposed to be a fun, cute little fur ball toy that sings and talks to you sometimes. And maybe you might have to change his diaper once or twice. I don't know how much you feed him. These Furbies are definitely haunted because sometimes kids would wake up and see the Furby doll just standing there staring at them, listening to their every breath as they sleep. Oh, creepy! Not only did they do that, but they also started talking in weird languages sometimes that no one would understand. And sometimes they would even speak when there was no batteries in them. Explain that one, family. Yeah, not to mention those googly weird eyes that spin around in every direction. Them spinny eyes match your cuckoo mangled brain. Both crazy. I'm not saying that these Furbies were the reason of any kids' disappearances, but I'm just saying if the police wanted to investigate the link between missing kids who had a Furby and didn't have a Furby, you might find some interesting discoveries. Just saying. This is the baby Laugh-A-Lot doll, and she never stops doing two things: laughing or rocking in that stupid chair of hers. Like, girl, we know you think grandma's rocking chair is fun and all, but it ain't that cool. Now let someone else have a turn. Her laugh is also another really scary thing about her because it sounds like a fresh newborn baby that just won't shut up. And the way that she just stares at you deeply into your eyes when she's laughing, oh, you feel some type of way. And not a good way, an evil spirit kind of way. I'm definitely gonna have nightmares for the next week kind of way. Aww. This is the type of doll you buy if you want to pull off a major prank on your friend. Take away everything out of their room when they're at school. Then they come back into their empty room and see nothing except one creepy, laughing, rocking doll. You're telling me you wouldn't be spooked out? Alright, fine. I'll believe it when I see it. This doll is supposed to be inspired after the scary movie Annabelle. You know, the creepy haunted girl doll. Well, to be honest, I think they did a good job making it look like Annabelle. I mean, the hair's the same color, the makeup's all messed up, and the eyes are just as spooky. The doll is even supposed to be the same size as Annabelle in the actual movie. And to be honest, that's too big of a doll for me. Any doll that's almost the same size as me, family, I'm good. You never know when your dolls might just randomly come to life. You gotta make sure you're bigger than them so you can beat them in a fight. Just in case. But out of all of the creepy things that they did to this Annabelle doll, I think the creepiest thing was what they did to her hair. Like, girl, those bangs ain't doing much for you. You look like you got a piece of white bread on your forehead. Heat it up a bit, you got some golden brown toast. I don't think it would taste the same though. What's this? Tastes like an evil curse and 10 years of bad luck. Ugh. Maybe next time I'll just stick to whole wheat. Yeah, whole wheat might taste horrible, but at least it's not haunted. Whole wheat will just stay with you for a day, depending how often you go to the bathroom. Ooh. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to play with my Bop It. Okay, Bop It. Okay, sorry, Bop It. Let's just try again. Bop It? Why are you looking at me like that, Bop It? I don't like the way you're looking at me, Bop It. Why are you shaking, Bop It? What's going on? What's going on, Bop It?
お前はもう死んでいる。
Oh, guys, that Bop It literally just tried to... me. Make me a goner. Like, dead. I thought that thing was fun, but it's just evil. So today we're gonna be looking at other toys that are also not as good as you thought they were. Some toys so dangerous that they might even kill you. But before we start, I need you all to smash that like button right now. But I only want you to hit the like button if you don't want your favorite toy to go evil on you too. I'm just saying. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Cabbage Patch Kids
doll involved a motorized mouth mechanism that allowed the doll to eat plastic foods. Kids being kids, it didn't take much for fingers and hair to get trapped in those evil doll's unforgiving maws.
Okay, so these Cabbage Patch Kids are caught guilty of being a little hungry. I mean, can you blame them?
While such a doll wasn't exactly life-threatening, parents unsurprisingly did not like their kids' new favorite pals pulling their hair out by the roots. The most charming aspect of these terrifying eating machines was that they were made without any on-off switch. In at least one instance, this led to a girl virtually being scalped all along the backside of her head.
So basically what they're saying is that they'll just eat and eat and eat and eat and never get full. That's kind of spooky. They don't even come with an off switch. Imagine you're just sleeping at night, you got the doll on your countertop, or so you thought. Then you wake up in the middle of the night and bam! The doll is right by your head, about to eat off one of your fingers or something. That's taking hangry to a new level.
Cell may not have identified any obvious hazard in their tests, but thankfully that didn't stop them from pulling the dolls from store shelves. In the 1950s, all of America was excited to see the economy-changing prospect of nuclear power and splitting the atom. With the introduction of the Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab, children everywhere were encouraged to get involved and be inspired by science. Created by Alfred Carlton Gilbert, the science kit for children included ore samples with uranium, a known source of radiation poisoning.
I'm sorry, I know they didn't just say radiation and poison in the same sentence for a toy made for kids. No wonder this thing was banned. This is one science experiment that is definitely gonna be labeled as deadly.
It's been concluded that short-term exposure to the types of radiation in the kid wouldn't have caused an immediate health detriment. Any kind of consumption by these children would have been cancer-inducing. A clear danger to children, and these kits still took a few years to be pulled off the market.
What? Cancer-inducing? Took a few years to get off the shelf? It's like, bro, what other kind of proof do you need? Radiation, poison, cancer-inducing. Then you got Tommy the toy inspector over there like, I don't know if I see any issues with this. I mean, kids are smart. They'll be fine. Leave it on the shelves. They're good. I don't think so. Mr. Toy Inspector, you need to be fired and sent off to space with that kind of attitude? Gosh!
Spring-loaded doesn't really have a kid-friendly connotation.
Ooh, I remember these.
Bracelets are metal springy bands wrapped in colorful plastic and fabric to entice small children, designed to straighten out rigid when unfurled and curl up quickly when smacked against a wrist or surface. The toy quickly popularized in the 1990s with school children.
These like they were night and day. All the cool kids had multiple ones on their wrists, all different colors and stuff. But then you also kept a couple in your pocket that weren't supposed to go on your wrist. They're meant to be slapping your enemies with at recess. Couple softity taps with those bracelets and your wrist be looking redder than your mama's pasta sauce on a Sunday night. Ugh. I speak from experience.
Unfortunately, like many toy fads, generic manufacturers got a hold of the snap bracelets and began cutting costs by using cheap fabric that sharp metal edges would slice through into small tender wrists nationwide.
Hold up, but I remember something slicing through my wrist without those metal pieces. Those things hurt either way, man.
The knockoffs were quickly called into investigation and recalled by manufacturers, who were selling them to children for under $1. Someone in the 80s had an awesome idea to take a drunken adult bar game and put a twist on it by marketing it as child fun. Add heavy, solid, sharp metal, impaired forethought, and children, and you get the Jart disaster of 1988.
Tommy Toy Inspector, get back in here! You're telling me that you let this one slide too? Piercing metal darts, young children throwing them, probably at other young children's eyes? Amazing idea! Really? A+! Man, these toy companies be getting more savage and more savage by the year.
And you get the Jart disaster of 1988, wherein the Consumer Product and Safety Commission banned Jarts on December 19th for causing an estimated 762 emergency room visits every year, with 80% being minors. Adult supervision or not, Jarts were responsible for over 7,000 injuries and even a few deaths.
7,000 injuries and a couple. I mean, I knew it would be dangerous, but I didn't think it would be that dangerous. Tommy's definitely getting fired now, as he should.
The release of Creepy Crawlers in 1964 came with high-temperature melted plastic and an electrically powered mold that heats to 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, plastic being heated up at super high temperatures? How could that be dangerous?
149 degrees Celsius. This was an extremely popular toy for children, wherein kids get to make and design their own gummy toys in the shape of creepy bugs and spiders. While the creative aspect was intriguing, sizzling hot burns and toxic fumes caused the downfall of this popular toy.
Toxic fumes! See guys, I told you! Dangerous! Also, how did I know that a toy of creepy, crawly, disgusting bugs would be a hit with kids? Why y'all gotta be so nasty like that and like the grossest things imaginable? I'm just asking!
Magnets are
remember
always
these.
a fascinating toy for
I
growing
loved
minds.
this.
They provide endless amusement using the natural forces of the universe. In 2004, Mega Bloks released Magnetics, a plastic building toy with tiny magnetic pieces inside. Tragically, the magnets could be easily dislodged from the toy pieces and were quickly swallowed by curious toddlers and babies.
Mommy, I wanna be pretty. Sweetie, you are pretty. You got beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes, perfect skin. No, I wanna be pretty on the inside. I'm gonna swallow this bracelet. Beautiful.
These magnets cause several health complications when they would naturally attract in the body and pull on organs. In 2006, Magnetics was recalled, but not before 30 kids were injured. And tragically in 2005, a 22-month-old named Kenny Sweet died from digesting the toy.
No, Kenny. Oh, why are these toys gotta be so sketchy like this? I mean, guys, if you didn't already know this, you should not be eating plastic pieces of any kind. You should be eating nothing that's not food given to you by your mom or your dad or whoever takes care of you. If it ain't food, it ain't fun.
Toy guns are a hot topic
Oh
with
my
many parents
gosh.
because of concern of
This is but for kids. What could go wrong?
because of concern about the future mental detriment they may
Yeah.
cause. In the 1940s, the Austin Magic Pistol was released. It used an explosive reaction with calcium carbide and water to propel ping-pong balls out of the muzzle at breakneck speeds. The manufacturers quickly learned of the real-world violence that could be committed with this dangerous toy and quickly removed it from the market.
I'm sorry, did they just call it a magic pistol? Ain't nothing magic about hurting someone, sis. And somebody has to tell me if that fire coming from it is real or fake. These toy companies really be trying to bring their toys from one level to the next. They're like, toy pistol for kids? Nah, not good enough. Let's do flamethrowers. What?
Knockers, clackers, and
I've heard
clip-clops
this.
were large
These
acrylic
are
balls
fun.
attached to hefty string. Their simple design was also their sole amusement. It was created by knocking the two balls together as hard and fast as humanly
Yeah, what's wrong
possible.
with that?
Their force got out of hand quickly with bruised eyes, broken teeth, and runaway balls that became flying projectiles into other
Oh,
people
no.
and objects. Clackers, or whatever you want to call them, were banned in 1985 after numerous minor injuries and shattered toys.
I don't know if I agree with that one. You're saying it got banned because a couple people got hit in the arm, maybe hit in the face with it? Newsflash, you can make anything into a weapon if you really try. I could be hitting my brother over the head with this iPhone, and he'll probably get a concussion too. But does that mean all iPhones as a whole are a hazard? I don't think so.
The iconic splash-off water rocket used water pressure buildup from your house to intensify and boost the toy rocket into the sky.
fun!
Played with by both children and hobbyists, these rockets
Yeah.
were well-liked until they began exploding mid-air. The toy company had 37 cases reported of the rocket exploding under pressure and shrapnel flying off in unpredictable directions.
That rocket made it halfway up into the air and then was like, nah, I don't want to be a rocket no more. I want to be a firework.
Unpredictable directions, causing skin lacerations and property damage. New technology often leads to new and exciting educational toys. The downfall is in the novelty science. In 2007, the Spin Master Company out of Toronto, Canada, introduced Aquadots to the world, a creative toy that comprised of small beads that, when moistened with water, formed a chemical reaction that made them stick together.
I used to love this toy. You can make anything you imagine with these Aquadots. Dinosaur, kitty cat, a piece of cheese, you name it, you could Aquadot it.
Fortunately, millions of shipments were quickly recalled later that year when it was discovered that the Chinese manufacturing company used a chemical in the beads that acted as a powerful sedative when swallowed.
Guys, if you don't know what sedative means, it means something that can make you pass out and go Betty-bye for unknown amounts of time.
Powerful sedative when swallowed. As a result, multiple children were found in a comatose state.
As a result, these kids were found in a comatose state? Guys, that literally means that these kids went into a coma. I mean, geez, I understand getting excited over toys you like, but going into a coma? That's a whole different level.
Number 10, fearsome flush.
Those are
These toys
toilets.
are creepy, but at the same time, fun too.
What the
Kids
heck?
in the 90s might know the Ghostbusters series aired on television at those times. Although the toys couldn't do well in the market and got tossed out entirely, a few still have them. The fearsome Flush comes in with a wide-open mouth and lengthy tongue and round, rolling, eerie, blood-red eyes. While it has those frightening factors, nonetheless, it is somewhat funny too. Sharp teeth-like structure engrossed on the sides seem weird. You'll find a scary Rubbermaid ghost inside the cavity, and you have to move the belt back and forth attached to the toy. And that's the fun part of this whole concept, where a scary little monster goes up and down. When you get the toy, you can claim small accessories of ghostly figures that are quite weird.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did they just say that the toilet has sharp teeth around the rim? Oh God, that is my worst nightmare. Imagine you're just trying to go to the bathroom, and then you just get swallowed up by some big chompers in your toilet. Your internal apple juice isn't the only thing that's gonna get flushed. You'll be swimming down that toilet just like a fish be swimming downstream in a lake. Not fun.
Number 9, Hugo, a man of 1,000 faces.
Hi, Hugo.
The concept of the toy is bizarre and creepy. Hugo, the man with 1,000 faces, was surprisingly sold out. And despite its weird features, they received love from some of the kids. Hugo is a bald man puppet and is not a complete figure and stuffed with arms, and you can find several other small accessories that you can fix on the toy. You can practically dress them up to transform them into a disturbing and uncomfortable figure.
Okay, can someone please explain to me why our buddy Hugo looks like a servant from the medieval times? What is that dress/top situation going on? You wearing a dress or is that just a straitjacket? Cause I can't tell.
Dress them up to transform them into a disturbing and uncomfortable figure. You can give him a ghostly eye or blood-tainted scars. The toy was the mastermind of Kenner and started production in 1975. Non-toxic glue comes with this set to create disgusting appearances using distinct eyebrows, chins, a reasonably typical nose, but weird-looking, blood-stained bandages.
This is the ultimate toy of plastic surgery. Want a new nose? Pop it on. New chin? Pop it on. New butt-looking object right on top of your bald head? Pop that sucker right on. We ain't spending 50 G's for plastic surgery in 2021. Our buddy Hugo can do it for us for free.
Also come with the set. All this makes it one of the eeriest toys you can ever
Oh, it looks so
Number
weird.
8, Skinny Bones. Skinny Bones, being a part of the
What
Kids
the
Building
heck
Toy
is
series,
this?
was supposed to be a creative idea, but ultimately became the spookiest, cranky figure.
That's
the toy
weird.
looks so realistic and is pretty intimidating. It has thin bones and lean appendages practically made of plastic. The idea of creating such a toy budded for the first time in the minds of Louis Marx and Company in 1970. Eventually, they had to discontinue the production as the monstrous figure completely collapsed in the kids' world. Rather than buying and playing with it, the product got sought out as a collector's item.
That toy looks so fragile. I swear I just look at it and that thing will snap. Just a little 1-2 blow of the wind. That tower of bones is tumbling over. This toy takes noodle arms to the next level. Stickman who? Take a seat, buddy. We're talking about skinny bones now. So skinny that they literally broke and probably need a wheelchair now to get around. I guess Stickman ain't so lame after all.
Number 7, Cyclops Baby.
That's
A stroller
scary.
is a significant part of a kid's development in early childhood. It makes walking and movements faster. But the Cyclops Baby stroller didn't follow the legacy completely. The toy comes with a demonic, bloody, and greenish rolling out eyes. The surroundings of the stroller have a color similar to human flesh. When you place a baby in the stroller, it resembles sitting inside a brain cyclops, created by Elmer Presley.
What kind of baby wants to sit inside a brain? I'm gonna give you the answer. None of them. This poor baby's just sitting there thinking about maybe some milk, what kind of toy they're gonna play with next. But little did they know that their psycho parents thought it would be funny to put their diapered body inside of this Cyclops. Oh man, when that baby turns 15, y'all gonna have a really serious conversation. And it ain't gonna end well.
If you want to scare the kiddos out there rather than bring out the fun in playing, then this monster toy stroller is a perfect choice. Number 6, Baby Laugh-A-Lot. The toy laughs out a lot and is the creepiest part of the whole story. The echoes of laughter fill the space with a negative vibe, giving out an eeriness. When the batteries start to go low, the laughter gets really spooky, leaving a spine tingle. According to the rumors so far, the company Remco, which produced the toy, went bankrupt that same year, considering it a bad omen.
Maybe they went bankrupt because their company is cursed. I mean, a creepy doll with a creepy laugh and those crazy psycho chopped bangs of hers. Yeah, I'm not getting good vibes either.
Later, the company was occupied in 1974 by Azrak Hamway International.
Why is it shaking so much?
During the early 70s, in an advertisement created, you can find the toy laughing out uncontrollably in front of the child, moving back and forth as if it got placed on the top of a rocking horse. Sounds creepy, isn't it?
You see those kids in that advertisement? They're like... Then they start laughing uncontrollably like... Guys, creepy!
Number 5, Little Miss No-Name.
That's
The dolls
scary.
look like a poverty-stricken child with no hope in her deep, wide eyes
And no
dirty and
shoes.
frizzy blonde hair. The toy supposedly looks gloomy, as if deprived of happiness. As a change in approach from traditional super glam dolls like Barbie, Hasbro designed the plaything in 1965. The theme seems to bring in with a reality check depicting not all kids have a beautiful life. The toys come in a burlap sack used as a dress and don't wear any makeup or shoes. Despite the approach, the toy couldn't make it big, as it wasn't all that jolly to attract kids, unless they wanted to care for the doll by their looks and give love that she hopes for, clearly shown in her eyes. A large plastic teardrop falling from her eyes is made to add more tenderness to her. It seemed like she was begging with her extended hand put forth.
Oh, now that was just sad. I wouldn't even want that thing in my room because honestly, I feel like that would be a little bit of bad juju. Plus, I'd feel guilty every time I do something good for myself. Maybe I'm just in my room trying to eat a yummy sandwich. Then you just look over to the right and you see that doll. Hungry, starving, probably cold. Wants my sandwich. Then I'm just here, gotta be feeling guilty and stuff. I don't know about you guys, but not my kind of toy.
Number 4, Jolly Chimp. A monkey in red
That's
and white stripes and a blood red belt with a cap holding a symbol, and when you press the button, he starts banging the symbol. So how can it be included in the creepy list? When it hits the symbol continuously, it also looks terrifying. Shaking his head and bloody eyes seems like it's gonna pop out. It makes screeching voices and gives a dreadful grin, making some ghostly whispers. A company based in Japan known as Dashin CK made the battery-operated toy. When you squeeze the head, the monkey shows his teeth and screeches as if it got agitated. He remained famous, and various companies started producing it and brought it into the market in different names. In later versions, it had wide eyes with red color painted around it, making it more creepy. Another interesting fact about the toy is that at the beginning of the Conjuring movie, released in 2013, Ed tells certain people not to touch the monkey holding the symbol. Yes, you're right, it's the same one.
This toy is so creepy that it got featured in a horror movie. You think that's what these toys are going for when they get put on the shelves? You think after that monkey got featured in the movie, he was like, yes, I made it. I really made it, Mom. But to me, I don't think that's something he should be proud of.
Number 3, Chucky dolls.
Oh, not Chucky, not Chucky,
Many
not
of you might
Chucky.
know the murderous, spooky Chucky doll featured in the film Seed of Chucky and countless other Chucky films. The recent Child's Play movie featured the malicious ginger-haired doll, which serves his master after becoming a conduit of the Chicago serial killer, a voodoo practitioner whose soul goes into the spooky toy. Chucky ultimately gets revenge for their master and kills people most terrifyingly.
Okay, we know the story of Chucky, okay? We don't gotta hear it again. At least I don't.
So what if the plaything got recreated and is available out there for kids to play in the toy world?
No.
What a scary thought, right? The Chucky toy comes with blood-stained scars and cuts and has an eerie, spine-chilling smile on his face. You might remember now how Chucky comes in the movie with a knife intended to claim lives.
Mm.
Now you know why a simple plaything can be the source of a nightmare. It indeed looks like it'll suck blood from you or gulp your soul. Watch out not to come in contact with this monster, as it will genuinely frighten you.
Yeah, it will. That doll ain't no joke. And I have 0 other comments to say about it. Knock on wood. Knock on anything because I want that thing to come and get me. You never know.
Number 2, Jack in the Box. In the wake of Halloween season, all the toy companies and other industries try to come up with the spookiest thing possible to introduce into the market. When you open the box, a super scary clown will pop out of the box with
I don't want it
the
to pop
eeriest
out.
smile and laughter.
No, I don't want it to
Mounting
pop
on
out.
the giant curled coil on which the evil-looking clown remains submerged. The Pinewood made a sleek box that looks neat
want
from
it to
the
come
outside
out, guys.
and red, but when you open it, bang!
Yeah.
He looks as if he's all set to smack someone right away. The clown wears a bright and vibrant cloth, similar to vintage clowns available in the market. But the Jack in the Box clown is pretty hideous.
Yeah, that toy is pure deception. Here you have a beautiful, colorful box that you're like, hey, I just got a new toy. You're cranking it, you're having a good time, and then bam, the scary clown comes out of the box and practically wants to eat you. Okay, maybe not eat you, but curse you, or maybe just frighten you. I don't know, guys, whatever it is, it's unexpected. And I don't like it.
Number 1, crawling zombie dolls.
Ew.
Have you watched the film Train to Busan that emphasizes some disfigured humans who turn into bloodthirsty beasts by the bite of an infected zombie? The monster then goes on with tormenting the living and keep on expanding their troop. Fear inflicts into the viewer's mind by just watching the movie. What if the nightmare becomes real in the form of a toy? The crawling zombie is a Halloween version, and the evil-looking stuff is further alarming when it wriggles on the floor.
Can you imagine? You're just trying to sleep in your bed. You open your eyes for just 2 seconds and you see this thing crawling out from under your bed. Oh, guys, they say nightmares only happen in your dreams, but with this thing, I think it would happen in real life.
And make some weird and hair-raising voices. And as a bounty,
Oh,
it
that
has
one's
bloodsucker
creepy, too.
gazes. It will slither and start sniffing
happened to that
through your
baby's
ankles and make
head?
harsh noise. When it crawls on the ground, it screams in a bizarre manner,
It
cramming the room
screams?
with a chilliness in the air enough to freak you out and stiffen your bones.
As if that toy wasn't already scary enough, they had to add in the scream. Yeah, why wouldn't you, toy company? Sure, you already made a real-life demon. You might as well just add that part too. Ban things. You know, the stuff you once had but don't have anymore because you shouldn't have it anymore. Because it's dangerous, and that's why it's banned. But that don't stop this channel from talking about it. Oh, no, no, no. I'm spilling all the tea and all the secrets today and showing you all the toys that you shoulda, woulda, coulda played with but can't anymore.
Number 8, Battlestar Galactica.
Ooh, cool,
We got the toy here that really began the choking trend. The vehicle itself is perfect, but the problem here is pretending to be a laser torpedo.
What?
Some 4-year-old kid shoved it down his throat, possibly because he tried to swallow the whole ship. He then promptly choked to death. Mattel, the toy maker, has been sued, and as all small toys require the right sticker on them, which says, "You idiot, don't try to eat this."
Oh my god, I knew we were gonna start off a little bit crazy, but I didn't think we were gonna start off this crazy. Oh, that poor baby boy. But he was probably just hungry and saw that big long ship and thought it was a sandwich. But that ship was so big, I don't understand how the kid would, you know, like, on it.
Number 7, belt guns.
Oh, I can only just imagine why a belt would be a bad idea for kids. Any guesses?
Children were able to replace the buckle on their belts with this contraption in the 50s, in which you thrust your stomach and a miniature pistol pops out.
What the
It
heck?
fired tiny pellets, but the issue is that it was also a cap shot. So unfortunately, some unlucky kids had it explode in their schlong randomly. We got a name for it, and it's called dumb stupid.
Okay, I have seen a lot of banned things lately, and I have to say that one so far took the cake. Not only are they letting kids play with toys, these things actually fire, and some of them even ended up exploding right in the belt area.
Number 6, slip and slide.
I love this.
A lot of you have played on one of these, and
I
it's great
had
for
one.
children for the most part, unless you forgot to moisten the slide enough, in which case it becomes a slip that you go into the hospital.
Ooh.
When a teenager or adult attempts to use it, the issue occurs because the slide is so short and the stop is so incredibly abrupt. A spine injury has paralyzed a number of adults. Take a morning to feel sad for all these ruined lives and people who died on the slip and slide after a sloppy ride.
Oh my gosh! I could vouch for this toy and say that I had it as a kid, and thank gosh, no injuries were reported. But I could just imagine other people who have the same thing and they don't put enough water on, and then you got your big old grandpa who just wants to get in on the fun. But little did he know, he's gonna do the biggest belly flop he's ever done in his whole life. But this time, with no water. Oh!
Number 5, Sky Ranger Park Flyer Radio Control Airplanes.
Ooh, cool.
All remote control aircraft have the ability to strike, break, or kill some elderly people, but the Sky Ranger is especially hideous. The Sky Ranger would hit you
it's going
and
down.
erupt into a ball of flame.
Did we just see a ball of flames? What the heck? That thing don't look small either.
Eye lacerations and permanent deafness, instead of only hitting people and stunning them for a moment. It's a perfect way to spend a weekend.
Okay, I'm no genius, but can we just look at the size of that airplane? And you're telling me that not one person who made it thought, maybe it's not a good idea for young children to be driving these things in the air? Where there's a possibility for it to fly right down? But no, this toy company wanted to go one step further and put that cherry on top and make it explode too. Because at this point, it's just so dangerous that they're just like, why not? Oh, terrible.
Number 4, Gilbert Glass Blowing.
This
In the
isn't just
1950s, a time before toy makers developed a fully formed adult brain, young boys would learn how to heat glass with no safety equipment or supervision at 500 degrees Celsius. No, as long as you read the instruction booklet back to front, you wear fireproof gloves, and pray to Satan that your eyes would be shielded from searing molten heat by the flimsy plastic goggles, everything would turn out perfect, right?
Okay, so I guess this one they're trying to say that there was basically no safety precautions for this toy that got super hot as an oven. They were like, you wear some cheap gloves, some cheap plastic eyes, and hope for the best. Bad idea. Okay, this next one, I could not even believe my eyes. This has to be one of the craziest toys that I've ever seen. You guys just gotta check it out.
Number 3, WeGo Kite Tube. An inflatable tube that would be pulled back by a boat and made to fly like a mid-air surfboard.
And mid-air surfboard with kids on top. Yeah, that's right. This thing is flying in the air, attached onto a boat, and there's literally kids on top of this thing, flying, holding on for dear life.
Of course, it worked too well. Although it would fly 30 feet in the air, a child would fall off, land, and die on anything but water. The people who purchased this item were probably unaware that it's called a jet ski. The only difference is that you're not gonna fall 30 feet and die.
That's really true. I mean, homie, the jet ski does the same thing, except, you don't gotta ruin your life if you fall off, you know? I have to say, it is very dangerous, guys, but it's kind of a cool concept. I mean, if they could find a way to make this kind of more safe, I might be down.
Number 2, soccer
Ooh,
boppers.
I had these
Gotta
too.
get the kids ready for their glorious boxing careers. But with dumb pillow fights, we can't practice. Oh no.
Facts. Pillows might be fun, but they don't do the job like these box'em sock'em. These babies really know how to hit.
But with dumb pillow fights, we can't practice. Oh no. Let's give them inflatable pain devices and let the kids smash each other up real good. They were marketed as safe wrestling toys, but they become violent enablers very easily, dulling the impact for a fist, but endlessly with all the power of a punch coming at you. Oh yeah, how did your son die again? Oh, that's right, we've bumped him to death. We've bumped his damn face off, but we've all had fun, and that's what counts.
I mean, no matter how soft those boxing sock'em glove things are, if somebody is continuously hitting your head with it, it's gonna hurt. I can see why they banned them.
Number 1, Fisher-Price Power Wheels
Ooh, a motorcycle!
You might say, a kid's motorcycle. What might go wrong? But it's surprisingly safe, as kids just run it into oncoming traffic sometimes because they're dumb. However, Power Wheels sometimes will suffer any driver's worst nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Your kid would drive along, maybe go down a nearby hill, and unexpectedly jam his accelerator until, bam, he would ride faster and faster. His bike would start flying, and he would slowly climb towards the sunset. In reality, your kid has freaking died, and now you need to write on his tombstone, cause of death, Fisher-Price toy.
Okay, that just got dark.
Hoverboards aren't exactly the only explosive toy in history. In the late 1990s, when 9 children were burned, this iconic Fisher-Price battery-powered ride-on was also branded a fire hazard. After 150 incidents of fires and hundreds more of burning or melting parts, the company had to recall a whopping 10 million kiddie cars and trucks. And while they were sitting in abandoned garages and playrooms, some of the toys caught fire. Fisher-Price also had to note its Power Wheels Barbie Dream Camper earlier this year, when 17 reports of the vehicle continued to run even after the foot pedal was released, but there were no injuries reported.
Oh my god! What's up with these toy manufacturers and having their toys explode? It's like these bosses secretly hate kids or something. But that's just a conspiracy. But then my question would be this. I still see toys like that all the time in the store, except they're not motorcycles, they're cars. So isn't that kind of the exact same thing? How are the cars less dangerous than the motorcycle? I have so many questions! Oh, hey, family. What's up? You actually just caught me at a really cool time because I'm playing with my new toy I just got. I know it kind of looks like the other balls I have in the backgrounds of my videos, but this one is seriously different because I just found it at a haunted house. Yeah, like a spooky house. I think it's so cool, but my mama told me that I shouldn't have taken it. She thinks it's like cursed or something. Maybe it has like a spirit inside of it, I don't know. But I think she's tripping. It's my new toy and I'm gonna keep it. Oh. One sec, family, sorry. My doorbell just rang, so I'll be right back. Okay, family, that was super weird. I guess nobody was at my door after all. Must have been nothing. But what's up, family? Enough talking about my cool toys, because today we're gonna be talking about other people's toys, but these toys are super creepy. So creepy that these toys should not even exist. Seriously, so creepy that I wouldn't even feel comfortable sleeping in my bed beside them. Kinda creepy, cause they might actually be alive. You never know. This first kid's toy is already super cursed. It's a money bank with a face on it, except it doesn't stop there. The face literally moves and will eat your money. Buddy, aren't you supposed to be on a diet? You can't be eating that much. I know the more money you eat, the more rich you get, but what kind of message you trying to send people? Mommy, Mr. Bankman said that if I eat all my money, I become a millionaire. No, honey. You don't get rich if you eat your money. You get lead poisoning. Not the same thing. And how is the toy supposed to know the difference between putting in money or accidentally putting in your fingers? You think the toy knows that you're not putting in money and you're trying to fool it by putting in your hand? Then boom, it eats your finger off and you're now called Four-Fingered Francesca. I guess that's the price you pay for trying to be cheap. This next toy is for all my weirdos out there, you know, who like to them big old juicy zits. If you're a fan of Dr. Pimple Popper, then you're gonna like this one. Meet the Spot Popper, the reusable pimple game with never-ending pus to pop out of those nasty pores you got. Ugh. The game literally comes with the liquid that you're supposed to fill the pimples with, and then after you put it in the hole, you just squeeze it right back out. I don't know if the stuff coming out of that nose looks like pimple pus or just dirty, disgusting maggot. But to be honest, I don't know if it matters either way. Because if we're being real, between you and me, after I saw the stuff coming out of your face, kinda look like maggots too. Or maybe it was real maggots. Cause you nasty. Your pimple's so big you'd be squeezing 6-foot-long snakes out of your skin. At that point, don't even pop your pimples anymore. You're better to just keep them inside under your skin where they can't hurt nobody or burn our eyes. This plush toy might look cute when you first see it, but oh no family, don't be fooled. What looks super cute on the outside is also super evil on the outside. Super ugly too. Apparently the cat is all super nice up until you hug it, and then that thing just goes crazy. I think that thing got daddy issues, cause it don't wanna get close to nobody. But can you really blame the cat? Poor baby just probably had his heart broken by his good-for-nothing alcoholic dad Jimmy, leaving him when he was just 15. Guess everybody leaves at some point. And this is why we have trust issues in 2021. But the line of weird toys does not stop at Jimmy's son. We also got Jimmy's sister, Jimmy's cousin, Jimmy's crazy aunt, and Jimmy's foreign grandpa that doesn't understand any words of English except for screw you and pass me the mashed potatoes. Okay, geez, grandpa, chillax. The potatoes are coming. I have no words for this next toy I'm about to show you. It's called Flushing Frenzy. I think you know where I'm going with this. The way that it works is the kids take turns trying to plunge the toilet, and then when one of them finally does it successfully, you get a surprise rocket shooting out the other end. And baby, that ain't no brown hot dog. And get this, the person who actually wins the game is the one that catches the hot dog in midair with their bare hands. You literally can't make this stuff up. So you see, little Jimmy, after you eat your food, you should wash your hands. After you brush your teeth, you should probably wash your hands. But after you go to the bathroom, oh, if you ain't grabbing that thing with your bare hands and squeezing it so hard like you would squeeze a fresh lemon, then you're doing it wrong and you lose the game, which makes you a loser. So what do you want, Jimmy? You choose chocolate hands or public shame forever. Delicious. You know the days of show and tell where you bring in your mom and dad and they tell the whole class about what they do for work? You know, to get the kids prepared for when they're actually gonna be working too. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, this game had the same idea, except I think they took it a little too far. This is a 3D cow puzzle where you learn all of the different organs of the cow and place them back in his body piece by piece. But we're not talking science class learning about the human body type stuff. We're talking about all the separate pieces of how you can butcher the cow. You know, like chopping them up into different pieces so then you could cook them on a barbecue and eat them. Yeah, that kind of butcher. This is pretty much like Fruit Ninja all over again, except you're not dealing with chopping fruit, you're dealing with chopping animals. Cause it doesn't stop at cows. They also got sheep and fish and chicken. Next, they probably gonna get humans too. I guess anything is edible if you put the right seasoning on it. Ugh. This toy might look like a harmless Barbie, but after doing a little more investigating, she hiding something from us, and it ain't no regular secret. It's a whole freaking baby in her stomach. Not pregnant, just literally is hiding a full child in her stomach. I think she kidnapped him. Where are the missing children's posters? Because that boy has not seen daylight in years. Excuse me, miss, you told me that we were just going out for ice cream and I could come out of here soon. Shut up, little Jimmy. You get your mint chip when I tell you get your mint chip. Now zip your mouth and crawl back into my tummy, and don't forget to put back on the lid. Alright, I get the past 2 years people are extra lonely than normal, but to grow your own boyfriend? Come on, people. Do we not have any human decency left? And you're telling me if you could grow anything, you're gonna grow a boyfriend? How about grow a 5-star meal? Some money? Grow a freaking yacht that you can go and travel the world with? But y'all are using your magic powers on growing a boyfriend? Puh. That's wasting. If you can't get a date, then grow the perfect mate? Yeah, I'd rather kiss my dog. Alright, next? I don't know about the other toys, but this one is definitely cursed. It is a bag full of doll parts. Separated doll parts. Arm unattached to the body, head off the neck doll parts. I know y'all really like Build-A-Bear and making your animals that way, but I don't think it works the same with humans. That just ain't right. Mr. Potato Head is a potato. He's not a baby. Stick some eyes on a vegetable and it's all fun and games, but do it with a real human and I think that's called murder. And last up, we got bacon band-aids because why not? As if your cut already didn't look bad enough, let's make it smell bad too. Because I don't know if y'all have ever smelled rotten meat, but it ain't too pretty. Touch and feel? Are y'all telling me the band-aid feels like real bacon too? We talking cooked or uncooked? Uncooked, it's gonna be slimy like a frog's tongue, and cooked, it's gonna be rough like an elephant's skin. I mean, at this point, you're already injured and that's why you need the band-aid. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one it is. Slimy or rough, you're still in pretty bad shape, and judging by the fact that you just bought bacon band-aids, your mind probably needs a lot of help too, cause you crazy. But anyways, family, that is all of the creepy toys that should definitely not exist that I have for you today. If you liked today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you want to join our amazing family, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, turn on all post notifications, and then you won't miss any of our videos. Also, don't forget to go follow me on my Instagram right here so we can chat after the video. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, hey family, don't mind me and just call me on my snack time. So I was thinking of doing a video today on some toys, but I wasn't really sure what. I wasn't really sure what I was saying. No, Huh? Where are we at? You can't hear me? Over all of my chewing? Well, family, I don't know what to tell you because I'm really hungry and it made me do one. Oh, that? You find this annoying? Well done. Hey, fine, I'll put it away. And fine, we'll get on with the video too. But first, tell me if I got anything in my teeth, family, I can't see. Oh, I got a little chocolate there. Okay, one second. All better. This is a slingshot flying monkey, and I don't know what the heck that is. But I guess if we look closer, it's actually a monkey that turned into a slingshot because he got a stretchy rubber band for arms. Kind of creepy, but okay. So you stretch his arm like you'd stretch a giant piece of slime, aim the furry thing, and boom! He flies away just like a Nerf bullet out of a Nerf gun. But also, family, don't forget, kind of flippin' annoying. And why is he annoying, you might ask? Well, although he might look cute, he definitely don't sound cute. Cause this monkey does not stop screaming the whole time that he's in the air. And I'm talking loud screaming, ugly screaming, annoying screaming that instead of launching him in the air, you'd want to launch him into the next garbage can. Cause at this point, I'd probably prefer to play with trash. This is the toy right here and... Oh my gosh. What the heck? That was even worse than I thought. He's about to launch. Oh my gosh. Oh, boy, why are you still screaming? You already hit the ground. And not gracefully. After hitting the ground so hard, I'm surprised you're even still alive to make that noise. Alive, dead, or somewhere in between. Can you shut up now? This is the Meowsic keyboard? It looks like a piano and also like a cat, but it doesn't play like a piano and it only sounds like a cat. I don't know about you, family, but I'm not too sure how I feel about our fur-lined friends. They kind of annoy me on a good day. So to have a piano that only makes cat noises, not too sure about this one. You gonna be playing an ABCD meow with me. Oh, sorry, that wasn't me. That was just a hairball coming up. Cause that idea sounds disgusting. But let's not judge too soon. Let's hear it live in action. Shall we? Oh, you don't want to hear it? Well, sucks to suck, family. We're gonna see it anyways. Cats rules. Oh! Ooh! Why is that getting worse? Ah! Oh! Why is it getting so much worse? Ah! Oh my god, okay, no. I think that's cursed. I didn't like that at all. I'm not even too sure if that was cats meowing or some kind of cursed secret language. But that sounded evil. But then again, so are cats, so I guess the toy makes sense. This is Tickle Me Elmo, an Elmo doll that whenever you touch him in any kind of way, he starts to laugh and giggle. Cause my boy's really ticklish. Like, overly ticklish. Don't get me wrong, I love Elmo just as much as the next person, but this toy kinda takes it too far. You literally poke Elmo's hand for 2 seconds and then he goes on some laughing fit and won't stop for another 10 minutes. kind of annoying. It's like, Elmo, bro, the joke wasn't that funny. You can stop laughing now. Seriously. I mean, you know it's bad when the newborn baby is more calm than Elmo. Baby's just chilling there trying to have a good time while Elmo's over there flaring his arms like he's drowning in a pool of water. You're on a bed, Elmo. Calm down. The only thing you're drowning in right now is your annoying laugh. And seriously, bro, it's suffocating. Not to the mouth, though. To our ears. This is Laughing Elmo in action, and why don't you take a listen? Oh my gosh, Elmo, chill! But he just banged his head into the table like he was bobbing his head at some rock concert. Let's keep watching to see if his head pops. Oh, you did it again? Huh? Oh, Elmo, you just fell, buddy. Oh my gosh. Elmo, it's really not that funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. No. I'm stopping this footage until it gets worse. At first, I thought Elmo just had a really silly personality, but now I think he's just kind of crazy. Elmo, maybe instead of going into different kids' homes, you should maybe take a little trip to the hospital instead. Maybe they can fix your really ticklish problem. That is, before you end up ripping off all of your skin because of it. What the heck is that? Ugh. Here we got the fun game that everybody knows, Play-Doh. This one is a specific waffle maker set. If you don't know what Play-Doh is, it's this dough that you can mold into different kinds of shapes, and they have different colors, and each of them have their own scent. What's annoying about that, Alexia? Play-Doh is harmless. You're telling me you're gonna make Play-Doh waffles, Play-Doh blueberries, Play-Doh strawberries, Play-Doh cherries, and not want to eat them after? You know Play-Doh smells so good. You know the temptation of just popping that blueberry in your mouth and chopping it down until it goes down your throat. The struggle is real and clearly dangerous because you should not be eating Play-Doh. That's toxic. So yes, family, this is an annoying toy. If you put a waffle in front of me, I'm gonna eat it, not play with it like Play-Doh wants us to. That's just lame. Okay, look at these cute little toys. These are called Yellies, and I think they're supposed to be mini spiders or something, or bugs, or three-eyed raccoons. I don't know, but they're kind of cute. And they're pretty much bugs that move around on these wheels at the bottom of their feet, and these things can end up going really fast. They're kind of like your mini sidekick that will follow you around anywhere. And maybe if they're actual spiders, they can eat the little bugs in your house for you too. But the catch with this toy is that they do not move at all unless you make noise, but not just any kind of noise. You gotta yell at them! That family, because they're called Yellies. Get it? So if someone around you is playing with the toy, think of it as a really long concert with someone who has a really awful voice and is also screaming their heads off at the top of their lungs. Sounds annoying. But let's see what this kid has to say.
If you talk quietly at it,
Oh my gosh, that thing's going crazy!
I don't know how to go quiet.
Oh, gosh. Nothing like teaching your kid at a very young age to absolutely scream his head off for no apparent reason. Great parenting! Or maybe you're teaching your kid early how to be a screamo band. Teaching them valuable lessons at a very young age, like how to always be heard and how to clean out your ears after they start bleeding from all that noise. Ugh. Yep, they're broken. Can't hear a thing. These are Ikiki squeaky shoes, and they're pretty much exactly what you think they are. Kids' shoes, at every single step you take, they make a squeaky noise. What kind of squeaky noise, you say? Well, that depends on the shoes they're wearing. If it's a pig shoe, he's gonna make an oink oink. If it's a cow shoe, he's gonna make a moo moo. And if it's a drum set shoe, then yeah, you're just screwed, because you can imagine what kind of sounds coming out of that. Not fun. Here is a little boy wearing the squeaky shoes with skulls on them, and I guess that's a sound that you're supposed to make if you oof, because he does have a skull on them. Kind of creepy to be giving a 1-year-old if you ask me. But I mean, hey, Ikiki shoes, go off. Maybe the 1-year-old's into that kind of stuff. You know, like cute giraffe shirts, funny hippo pants, and deathly cursed shoes. It's called fashion. Evil baby style. I hope the baby didn't end up in any trouble with his devil shoes, but I'm thinking he either got into the trouble himself from the cursed shoes, or he got into trouble from somebody else from annoying them so much. Because hearing that sound over and over again would probably make me mad too. Like, geez, baby, go back to crawling. Who even told you to walk? But anyways, family, that is all of the video I have for you today. Don't forget to join my 24 days of Lexmas, where you can win an iPhone 13 or a Nintendo Switch. All you gotta do to win is follow my Instagram down below and comment on my most recent Instagram photo. Done. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. What do you think about when you hear the words fast food? Maybe McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway? But if you didn't know already, there's a new meaning that came out for the word fast food. And fast stands for furry and sometimes traumatizing food. Cause this food is pretty bad and spooky. And sometimes not even edible, because today we're gonna be looking at some of the scariest things found in fast food that you don't wanna be eating, my friend. And if you do accidentally eat it, then good luck. This girl decided to get takeout at Mickey D's, and she got her usual order, the filet of fish. And apparently, and allegedly, McDonald's might have taken that request a little too seriously. Because not only did she get fish in her burger patty, but they also gave her some fish on the outside of it too. Cause there's a worm on there. I mean, are worms technically an insect and not a fish? Yeah. Fine, you got me on that one. But if we're gonna be technical here, then technically, I think there shouldn't be a worm on a fish fillet sandwich. Technically. Unless that's some new menu item that McDonald's is trying out in 2022. And in that case, I say our future is doomed. Happy New Year! Ugh. Subway is a fast food restaurant where you can customize your own sandwich. Chicken sandwich, beef sandwich, meatball sandwich, add onions, add tomatoes, add mice? Huh? Yeah, you heard me right. I said mouse. You can see the poor little guy oofed in between the cheese and the lettuce. He was probably just trying to snack on that Swiss cheese, but I guess he was no match for that spicy salami. Clearly, he wasn't an Italian mouse, and he was probably just a Canadian one. Cause you know they can't handle spice. So allegedly, someone found this oofed mouse inside their Subway sandwich. But to be honest, family, I don't know what they're complaining about. Are they the one that's oofed? No. Did they eat the mouse? No. And did they get extra protein in their sandwich without paying for it? Yeah. So Mr. Customer, sir, who got a rat in their sandwich, sir, I think you owe Subway an apology. You ever walk into a pizza shop and you see the chef throwing the pizza dough in the air? And you're just like, dang, if I tried to do that myself, I'd probably do it so wrong and make so many holes in it. Well, apparently the manager at this pizza shop might have done the same thing, but instead of starting over with a new pizza, he decided to patch the holes up with the Band-Aid. Bro, that's the worst one so far. I don't know what your mom told you, but no, Band-Aids do not fix everything. In fact, in this case, it makes it a whole lot worse. And a whole lot more bloody and chewy. Cause if you put it in your mouth, you'll just end up eating plastic. When you go to KFC, you're expecting to buy chicken, right? So I don't know what this girl was complaining about when she walked into a KFC, ordered a bucket of chicken, and walked out with the whole bird. Literally, because not only did she get the thighs and the breasts of the chicken, she also got a fried chicken head too. Okay, yeah, I'm done with this video.
A few moments later.
By the way, family, this was all alleged. KFC, please don't take my head too. I don't belong in a deep fryer. I can't handle all that grease. I'd get too many pimples. And trust me, neither of us want to see that. And I guess the girl didn't realize that there was a chicken head inside of her bucket of chicken until she actually went and took a bite of it. So when she realized the texture was off and opened up her eyes and saw another pair of eyes staring back at her, yeah, I don't think it was good. The restaurant offered her a free voucher for chicken wings on her next visit, because I guess they wanted to feed her the rest of that chicken head's family as well. Will she get another fried chicken head? Who knows? It's like we're playing chicken head bingo. Kind of exciting. You know how everyone says don't eat fast food? It's not healthy. It's hurting you. Well, apparently this time Burger King wanted to hurt us back, because allegedly when this person bit into his big juicy Whopper at Burger King, he got whopped back because he found a needle in his burger. A pointy one. When my mama said eating fast food takes days off your life, I don't know if she meant it literally, because that burger could have easily oofed him. I mean, I don't know if it succeeded or not. I don't know the whole story. But either way, I think this burger needs to be held responsible. Send him to burger prison and lock away the keys. Pretty soon he's gonna spend more years in jail than he has sesame seeds on the top of his bun. This person allegedly went to McDonald's for a little wake-me-up breakfast of hash browns, but I think he got woken up by something other than the potatoes. Because look at the picture that he posted online. Half hash brown, half cockroach. Is this McDonald's way of telling us we don't need enough protein? Because I swear McDonald's, next time I'll order the breakfast sausage. But in the meantime, can you not serve me a fried insect? I'd really appreciate it, thank you. Okay, so I know this video's had a theme of frying different animals and insects into food, but apparently Wendy's decided to do it a little different and they kept their animals alive instead. Because allegedly these workers found live rats inside of the hamburger bun bags, and they were running all over the place and leaving some other things behind in that bag, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that thing. I mean, it is different than frying it like all the other restaurants, and I guess this way is more vegan friendly, so maybe we should be saying good job, Wendy's? Save the animals one disease-ridden hamburger bun at a time. Progress. Okay, family, this next story actually gets really crazy. Apparently and allegedly, this girl went into a Wendy's, ordered a bowl of chili, and found a whole human toe inside of her soup. Yes, it was confirmed that it was a real human toe, but after the girl tried to sue the company for damages, people started to get a little suspicious. The girl who found the toe's name is Anna, and after the police took that spicy bean-flavored toe out of that soup, they found out that the toe belonged to Anna's employee, somebody she knew. Explain that one, Anna. Well, don't worry, because I can explain it to you. And what happened was that Anna bought the toe off of her employee for $100, and she on purposely framed Wendy's to try and steal thousands and thousands of dollars from them. Crazy! Anna actually ended up going to jail for this, but to be honest, I don't think she should have. I think they should have just chopped off all of her toes and fingers instead, and then made her eat it in a chili soup. This poor little girl just wanted to order a bucket of popcorn chicken at Popeyes, but instead of getting popcorn chicken, what did she get, family? Yep. You're right. A popcorn rat's head instead. I mean, yeah, does it look perfectly cooked and does the batter look like a beautiful golden brown? Yeah, it does. And does the other popcorn chicken in the box probably taste really good still? Yeah, it probably does. But is seeing that rat's head inside of your popcorn chicken bucket gonna absolutely scar you for life? Yeah, it most definitely is. So whether that's popcorn chicken or popcorn and chicken, I don't think you'll be able to ever look at it the same. But don't worry, because that rat's head that you found inside of your popcorn chicken bowl, he got enough looks for the both of you. Yeah, he was staring. Do you like candy? Do you love to eat a lot of it after your parents go to bed and no one's watching? You stuff your face and stuff your face and stuff your face until you can't eat anymore. But what if I told you that your favorite candy that you eat all the time, you know, your favorite M&Ms? What if I told you that those M&Ms were actually made with toxic paint, or made with metal, or their secret ingredient was stinky shoes? Sounds crazy, right? Because today, we're gonna be looking at different candies that you will never eat again once you know what they're actually made with. Yeah, we're gonna be exposing these candy companies and showing you what they actually put in their candies and not just what they tell you they're putting in them. So grab your tissues because you might be a little upset after I ruin your favorite food.
Number 10, vanilla and raspberry flavoring. Now,
I love vanilla.
Many of us love ice cream, especially the many different flavors, but there's a pretty good chance you'll never have ice cream again, specifically vanilla, strawberry, and raspberry flavors.
Only my 3 favorite flavors, but it's no big deal, right?
Once you know how they are made.
Oh,
and
God.
it's not just limited to ice cream, any foods with those flavors, because these flavoring contains something called castoreum. Before going on, you should know what exactly
that looks
castoreum
disgusting.
is and why it is a problem. To put it bluntly, castoreum is the secretion of brown slime that comes from the castor glands of a beaver's anus.
Huh? Somebody tell me that I didn't just hear that correctly. Did they just say the glands of a beaver's peach? Tell me this ain't true, Doc. Tell me it ain't true.
A little bit of beaver urine, it becomes one of the core ingredients in achieving the flavor that tastes of vanilla, raspberry, and strawberry.
You're kidding.
But is the use of castoreum has actually been deemed the same by the Food and Drug Administration, calling this substance non-toxic to taste and non-toxic to skin.
Non-toxic to skin? Sure. But you're trying to tell me it's non-toxic to taste? I don't think so. You're trying to tell me that eating a beaver's peach is not toxic to my mouth? Well, alright then!
The icing on top of the cake, though, is that castoreum has been used for the last 80 years and has been listed under quote-unquote natural ingredients in the list of ingredients for flavor.
Guys, this is why you always gotta read the label. And even when you do read the label, they're still trying to catfish you. 80 years of just sweeping under the radar. We've been eating beavers peaches, and it's categorized under natural flavor? Ugh, I'm disgusted.
Number 9, McDonald's apple pie.
No,
McDonald's
not
is
the apple
usually
pie.
delicious. Who can forget the great tasting Big Macs and McFlurries at
McFlurries.
McDonald's? Also, let's not forget their apple pies, which is the food of American pastimes. Sweet and tasty, especially when it's hot. But we have never stopped to wonder exactly how these apple pies are made and what exactly goes into them apart from apples and sweet sauce.
It's gonna be bad.
The answer is L-cysteine. L-cysteine is basically an amino acid that, although not necessary for adults, it is very important for the consumption by infants.
Okay, so if it's important for kids, then maybe it's not so bad that it's in the apple pie. Maybe we can keep eating these delicious treats, guys. No worries.
Also, a key ingredient used in making apple pies. What's wrong with it, you may ask? Well, it is the way that it's made. L-cysteine is made through the process of hydrolysis, which core ingredients include feathers of ducks and hog hair, and in some cases, it is also rumored that it consists of human hair. The ingredients are bonded together with water to achieve a liquid that is used in the apple pie to give it a great taste. What makes it worse is that the use of L-cysteine has been banned in the European Union, but not the United States, where it is still used in large quantities.
So you're trying to tell me that they put hair and duck feathers in my apple pie? Excuse me while I go throw up. Maybe I'll be sticking with the McFlurries from now on. Or wait, McDonald's McFlurries made with vanilla ice cream. Oh my god, my whole world is shattering down.
8. Beer. It's time to crack open a cold one with the boys on this spot. Beer is the third most consumed beverage in the world after tea and water, and none of us have even wondered what beer contains. Apart from alcohol, there is another secret ingredient that is used to make the beer finer. That ingredient is called isinglass. What's isinglass, you may ask?
Yeah.
Well, in short, isinglass is essentially the extracts of dried fish bladders.
No, it doesn't seem weird at all.
Common practice to use this ingredient for beers, especially to make beer and even some wines more clear to look at. Guinness has gone on to state that they have been using the ingredient in their beers for over 250 years.
And nobody knew at all. Catfish number 2. Man, they should really be warning people about this. Thank God I don't drink beer.
And have just now begun to reduce their use of isinglass in their beers. Still might make some people think twice about picking up a beer next time round. Number 7, red food dye. Red velvet cupcake, Starbucks strawberry frappuccino, and red strawberry candy. What do all of these have in common? Well, not only are they delicious, but they use red food dye, which is made out of bugs. Specifically the cochineal scale, which contains the acid in its stomach that is used to get the bright color of red food dye. These bugs are crushed, and when the crushed powder is mixed with water, it creates a strong red dye that we consume on a regular basis. You'll be surprised by the number of things that include cochineal scale in its ingredients. Things like yogurt, juices, and even pink pastries all include these crushed powders.
Not the macaroons! Guys, just think of how many things that you eat per day that are red. Red juices, red candies, red chocolates, red cupcakes. The whole world is freaking red, okay? So pretty much I'm saying that we eat bugs every single day. Guys, don't they say you are what you eat? So if we eat bugs every single day, then does that mean we're bugs? Oh my god, what if we wake up one day and we're just not human anymore? We're just bugs. The world is bug. The world is just one giant bug. What would that be like?
It's the main ingredient that provides the color and taste to these items. In 2012, it was revealed that Starbucks was using the crushed cochineal bugs in its strawberry frappuccino, which caused an absolute outrage. It is still used today.
You go to Starbucks and order a frappuccino with oat milk and no whip, thinking that you're being healthy and vegan and stuff. But no, Starbucks is secretly slipping you some bugs in there. Wow, thanks Starbucks. You shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have.
Safe by the Food and Drug Administration. You can find it in the ingredients section under these names: carmine, cochineal extract, and natural red 4. Number 6, chewing gum. Throughout history, mankind has been chewing on all manners of different plants and roots, like
chewing gum's flavor is literally mint. So why put anything other than mint in there? You know? Why you gotta complicate it at bugs and boogers and peaches? Man, we can't catch a break.
the ancient Greeks used to chew gum made from the barks of the mastic tree. South Americans used to chew on the leaves of the coca plant, which is used to make cocaine. It was in the 1860s that a pharmacist called John Colgan created the first flavored chewing gum called Taffy Tulu. Today, there are several popular brands of chewing gum such as Trident, Eclipse, and Orbit, all competing with one another for the privilege of finding their way into our mouths. The base of the gum used to be made of a natural substance called chicle, which is a sap-like substance produced in the bark of a sapodilla tree. Chicle was prominent for its use in the production of chewing gum in the past. However, these days only a few small brands still use it in their gum base. But still, the majority of brands have switched to adding synthetic rubber in the base of chewing gum instead. Apparently, the synthetic rubber is much easier and cheaper to manufacture, although that doesn't discard the fact that you're literally eating rubber.
Okay, guys, I don't know about you, but I don't think that one's that bad. I mean, you're chewing on the sap of a plant or a tree or something. At least it's natural.
When it comes to energy drinks, there is no drink as well known or consumed as Red Bull. The drink has sold over 5 billion cans since 2012 and is widely available in 171 countries around the world. With the name Red Bull, a lot of people actually thought that this energy drink included bull semen and bull urine as a core ingredient. Well, that has proved to be a hoax. However, those ingredients are probably even more healthier than what is actually in Red Bull. While Red Bull has a sugar intake that is less than most soda drinks, it contains up to 80 milligrams of caffeine, which is like drinking 2 cups of coffee. While that makes it why the drink gives us such a tremendous boost of energy, it also makes the drink incredibly addictive. Another harmful element present in the drink is its main sweetener, aspartame, which can produce cancer such as leukemia, which is blood cancer, and lymphoma. The drink also contains synthetic taurine, an ingredient that is reported to include high blood pressure, strokes.
Guys, this is so sketchy. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Energy drinks are not good for you guys. If you're tired, take a nap. And if you're still tired and you can't nap, drink a glass of water, pop a lemon slice in there, and call it a day. You don't need these sketchy energy drinks in ya to live your life.
Guzzle down a Red Bull every once in a while. Try not to become too independent on it for your energy.
Yeah, it ain't good.
Try some organic coffee or green tea instead. And number 3, we have McDonald's chicken nuggets. What do you do when you...
not the nuggets! Anything but the nuggets! The nuggets and the McFlurry are like the only things I like at McDonald's! Guys, I don't wanna look!
Like rummaging around in the kitchen to cook something up. For most people, calling your favorite fast food chain and ordering in is one of the best ideas. Whether it may be Wendy's, KFC, Domino's, or any other of the multiple brands available, you can certainly look forward to a hot and delicious meal made from only the freshest of ingredients under the highest standards of safety and cleanliness. Well, say hello to mechanically separated chicken. The process of creating this chicken paste is by forcing the meat through a sieve under high pressures, which turns it into this puree. This includes all parts of the chicken, such as bones, eyes, beaks.
Did they just say eyes? Beaks? Bones? Oh my god, I knew I wasn't gonna want to watch this one.
Fast food outlets have been rumored to use this process of producing their chicken patties and nuggets, however, none more than McDonald's and their chicken nuggets.
Guys, they can't be serious about those chicken nuggets. My stomach is turning after hearing that. I literally want to throw up. Like, why they gotta ruin chicken nuggets, bro? Why the nuggets? Why? Why? Why couldn't it be that stupid, gross fish sandwich they carry or the salad? Well, just kidding. I actually really like their salad, but you get what I mean. All right, so word on the street is that you guys like banned things. You know, like the stuff that's so dangerous that you can't get anymore. The stuff's so messed up that people want it vanished from this earth forever. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you that you can't have it anymore. It's gone. Vamos. Bye-bye. But what I can do for you is expose the secrets of other things that have been banned, but you have to promise to not tell anybody. So today we're going to be looking at different banned video games that you can no longer play anymore. These banned games range from more violent games that are banned for more obvious reasons to other games that make no sense at all why they're banned. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Number 9. Mark echoes
Ooh,
getting
graffiti!
up. Content's under pressure. Banned in Australia for graffiti use. Australia is a more temperamental country than most when it comes to video game content.
Oh, dang!
But even by the nation's standards,
Boom,
the ban
boom.
on Mark Echo's getting up content's under pressure feels over the top. The game focuses strongly on tagging and graffiti, which led the country's game classification board to ban it for promoting crime. If this seems like a minor crime to ban a game over, it's probably because Australia had already banned every other game with more serious crimes. Seriously, they banned an outrageous amount of games. What's even more ridiculous, though, is that other games that prominently feature graffiti, such as Jet Set Radio, are not banned.
Oh no, Australia! Are you being a little hypocritical? You can't ban one graffiti game and not ban the other. It's only fair. But okay, I feel you if you want to ban all the other violent video games, because you don't want anybody getting persuaded by these video games to go, you know, like other people. But graffiti, if you think about it, it's just another form of art. Except it's art over top of other people's properties, which I guess is kind of rude and a little annoying, but you get what I mean.
Make up your mind, Australia.
Ooh, that's a pretty picture.
Number 8. EA Sports MMA.
Oh, this is
Banned in Denmark
obvious.
for promoting an energy drink in-game.
What? Here I am being like, okay, MMA, another country who doesn't want to promote fighting. But did I hear that correctly? They didn't say it was banned because of the fighting. They said it was banned because they promoted an energy drink in the game. Huh?
MMA is one of the more brutal sports out there, so naturally, one might think that it's its violent content that resulted in it being banned in Denmark, but it was actually something as odd as product placement. Specifically, EA Sports MMA features lots of product placement for energy drinks.
Denmark was like, hey, you're putting marketing in your game? How could you? Banned!
Features lots of product placement for energy drinks. Seems fairly harmless, no? But here's the problem. Denmark has outlawed energy drinks as well as the advertisement of them. We can understand why a country might ban the incredibly unhealthy caffeine liquid, but this feels like a stretch in terms of how far-reaching such a ban should actually be. That being said, we wouldn't mind seeing product placement itself getting banned from more popular media.
Oh, that's a nice belt, though. I like that belt. Okay, so I guess it's not the marketing that Denmark hates. It's because they actually banned energy drinks completely in their country. I mean, I don't even know if I could blame them on that one. I've had energy drinks before, and I felt like I was bouncing off of the walls. My stomach was turning, my face was moving. It was not a good time. Guys, don't drink energy drinks unless you're old enough, because that stuff you don't want to mess around with.
Number 7, Pokemon Go. Banned in Malaysia for promoting the search for power.
Huh? Did they just say banned for the search of power? Sorry, power, where are you? Bro, power! Over here, power! Bro, I'm right over here! Huh? Can someone please explain this to me? Because I'm confused.
Yep, it's Pokemon again. The world-famous Pocket Monsters mobile hit Pokemon Go proved controversial worldwide for leading to accidents and disrupting business.
That is a straight fact. I remember when Pokemon Go first came out, there was people running on my lawn, in my driveway. I go up to them and say, excuse me, what's up? And they'd be like, oh, sorry, ma'am. I'm just trying to find a Pokemon. A bit weird.
It was only banned outright in a few countries. Although Iran's ban for unspecified security concerns was also bizarre enough that we considered it for our list, we had to go with Malaysia for outlawing the game for promoting the search for power.
Super
as well
weird.
as its supposed promoting of gambling and other things against Islamic law. Look, just because Pokemon encourages fans to wanna be the very best like no one ever was, doesn't mean the game makers are trying to make players aim for world domination or something, or to begin worshipping false idols.
Oh! So were they trying to say that the search for power meant that the country thought that the people were gonna try and overthrow the government? Am I getting that right? Or maybe the game made everybody feel like they could be professional Pokemon players for the rest of their lives. And they were like, excuse me, you gotta do a real job. But that's just a theory.
Number 6, Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Ooh.
Banned in the UAE and Kuwait for having gods in the title.
What?
Took me almost 2 minutes to break your encryption. Nice work. Faye.
Ooh, Batman.
The DC superheroes and villains fighting game Injustice Gods Among Us received a temporary ban in the United Arab Emirates and Kuwait.
Whey!
Although unconfirmed, it's widely believed that this was partly due to the violence and scantily clad characters, but also because the word gods was in the title.
Oh.
Some could see this as contrasting with the Islamic creed of Shahada, which states that there is only one God and Muhammad was his prophet.
Oh.
Since the ban was eventually lifted in the UAE, clearly cooler heads who realized that gods was figurative and referred to fictional superhumans prevailed.
Oh, no way! Because it had the word gods in the title, the country thought that the different characters in the game were the gods fighting against each other. Man, come on, homie. Haven't you ever seen Marvel superheroes before? Batman, Superman, Spaghetti Man? Oh, wait, I don't think that's one of them.
Number 5, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, banned in Jordan, Iraq, Nepal, and parts of India for negative effects on citizens.
Uh-oh, this one must be violent.
On your left.
You know, like when they...
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds,
People?
better known as PUBG, has been a massively successful mobile game. While it's also received its share of harsh criticism, some countries have gone so far as to actually ban it entirely. Their primary gripe with the game is that its battle royale, dog-eat-dog gameplay supposedly encourages violence and bullying among its players.
You're saying that a battling game promotes battling in the country? No! You're kidding!
Although the link between real-world violence and video games remain the subject of much debate, we can see how bullying might become more prominent, particularly from PUBG players. Although some of the countries or parts of them have lifted their bans, others remain in place. Guess they'll just have to make do with Fortnite.
Yeah. But Fortnite seems pretty much the same as that other game. The only difference is Fortnite has more vibrant colors and guys with bunny suits. But I'm just saying.
Number 4, Mass Effect. Banned in Singapore for depicting sex between a human woman and an alien woman.
What?
You sorry live for 1,000
Okay.
years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind.
BioWare games are often noted for the freedom they give players when it comes to romance.
Okay.
Usually permitting romance options for more sexualities than commonly found in most games. This results in some less tolerant countries objecting to the depiction of LGBTQ relationships. One such example was Singapore's ban of the original Mass Effect because of its depiction of romance and love scenes between the female version of the protagonist Shepard and potentially several blue alien women.
Okay, let's take a little pause here. Whoever even said that aliens are girls or boys? I feel like aliens are just aliens. No need to gender them. But I don't know. I've never personally met an alien, so I guess I can't tell you that for sure. But either way, I think banning this game was a wrong decision because whoever people fall in love with is who they fall in love with. Girl, boy, chair, bowl of Cheerios? I don't know, guys. You do you. You know? I ain't here to judge.
We say women because the Asari are single-gendered and are not exactly female as we understand it.
Okay.
It's doubtful whether...
See? That's exactly what I was saying. You don't even know if they're girls or boys. They're just aliens.
This detail was known to the Singaporean officials, since thorough research into media and the public's outrage over it rarely go hand in hand.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Goodbye,
Number 3,
Shepard.
Devotion. banned in China for an Easter egg comparing China's president to Winnie the Pooh.
Uh-oh. And we know you never want to disrespect the president. Probably a bad move.
Horror games are frequent targets for
that's
censorship,
freaky.
but that's usually due to their violence and scares, not their hidden content. China banned the Taiwanese horror game Devotion because it contains—
Okay, somebody tell me what's going on with that ballerina's neck. Because it be twisting places that it should not be twisting.
an Easter egg comparing President General Secretary Xi Jinping to Winnie the Pooh. This is part of a wider effort by
there's
the
a girl
Communist
there
nation
hidden.
to censor Winnie the Pooh in general, after a meme first compared Jinping to the beloved bear. Although the hidden image has since been removed, the game and Pooh Bear remain banned. We think there are much less flattering characters to be compared to, but the fallout has been substantial. The game was ultimately pulled from Steam internationally, and there are no concrete plans to re-release it in the near future.
Oh, man. Oh, that's scary. But see what I'm saying, guys? You be a little not nice guy to the president, and you gonna get some consequences.
2. All of Steam.
All of
Banned
Steam?
in Malaysia for one game, Fight of God.
What? The whole platform of Steam got banned because of one game? Oh, man, this gotta be good.
The game Fight of Gods is a controversial fighter that allows players to pit religious figures like Jesus Christ or the Buddha against one another in combat. Although that's divisive enough that we could see how a country would ban it, Malaysia took things a step further by banning not only Fight of Gods, but also all of gaming store site Steam.
Okay, Steam, maybe not a good idea to have a game that puts every single religious figure against each other. Oh man, that's just asking for a fight. And I'm not talking about in the video game.
Malaysia took things a step further by banning not only Fight of Gods, but also all of gaming store site Steam because it sold the game.
Yikes!
It's like forbidding people from using the internet for finding an offensive statement on it. And we all know how rare those are. The block was undone after Steam agreed to block Fight of Gods in Malaysia.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think Steam made the right call. Keep one video game, but get banned by a whole country? Or kick that offensive video game to the curb and get accepted back by the country? I think they made a good deal.
Number 1. Games with shooting.
Oh.
Banned in Venezuela by President Hugo Chavez.
All shooting video games? Oh my gosh, that's crazy! Oh,
The
dang!
link between violence and video games, if any, has been a hotly contested topic for decades. But the late Venezuelan president Hugo Chavez seemed to believe there was one. The controversial leader called—
Guys, what do you think? Do you think there's a link between violent video games and violence in real life? Comment down below and let me know what you think.
The controversial leader called for a ban on all games with shooting and other violent acts, ostensibly in an effort to curb the admittedly high murder rate in Venezuela. However, given that the ban came shortly after the release of Mercenaries 2, a game that features a tyrannical villain who is a thinly veiled parody of Chavez, we have to call his motives into question. Also, it wasn't just realistic violent games that carried the ban, but also cartoonish violence and even toys.
Alright, it looks like from that one, the president of Venezuela was just trying to do the right thing. He's just trying to make his country one big happy family again. And he thinks the way to start that is by banning all violent video games. I don't know if it worked, I don't know if it didn't, but we wish them the best. Family, you can find the coolest things ever on Amazon. Like this cool shirt, or really pretty earrings, or even the funniest baby chicken nuggies. Oh, wait a second. You can't get this on Amazon. You gotta get it on shopalexia.com. Anyways, Amazon is epic. It has the coolest toys that are so much fun. Oh, but wait a second. What does that say over there? Does that say what I think it says? Well, family, according to this very real and very true article, allegedly, some of the items on Amazon can kill. Allegedly. Wait a second, family, I bought these on Amazon, and I also bought these. And I even think I bought myself on Amazon. Amazon. Family, today we're looking at the craziest banned products from Amazon that can kill. I mean, oof. Item number one, the kite tube. This toy looks super duper fun at first because it's a giant kite that you put to the back of a boat, and then it's supposed to fly into the air just like a real kite. Whoa, so fun and very dangerous. Because family, when people were hanging onto that kite, flying in the air, they were not flying like a cute little bird. They were flying, holding on for their dear lives, because they knew in about 3 seconds they were gonna crash into that water and probably never come back. Because humans aren't supposed to fly! And look, family, look at this. This toy was so dangerous that they even put skulls and crossbones on the actual toy, because apparently it's supposed to make it look cool or dangerous. Well, newsflash, Mr. Kite Flying Man, sir. Your toy is dangerous and it hurt a lot of people. You try flying in the water one time, and then you actually end up flying up to the sky. To heaven! So this Amazon product was banned. Item number 2, Barbie rollerblades. Now, family, I know what you're thinking. Alexia, why the chicken nugget or rollerblades scary? People use those things all the time. Yeah, I know, family. Regular rollerblades are cool if they're not these ones. Because, family, these Barbie rollerblades are not for humans to wear on their feet, but they're actually for the Barbie dolls to wear. And no, these are not regular shoes. Because, family, not only do these shoes roll, they also light up. The toy was advertised to go so fast that Barbie's shoes catch on fire and make her go lightning speed. And family, that would be super cool and all, except for the fact that the shoes were literally catching on fire. You spin the wheel a little bit fast with your finger, and boom, you have your very own lighter. I thought Barbie was supposed to be a cool girl, but now apparently she wants to be hot. And family, after a couple burns and a couple houses almost catching on fire, this Amazon product was banned. Banned toy number 3, creepy crawlers. And family, if that creepy name of a toy was not already bad enough, look at this. This was a toy that you could make your very own bugs. Yes, I said it. Bugs. And the way you would do that is by creating this weird toxic liquid, mixing it all up, and then squirting it into this metal tray that you then put into a very hot oven, and then boom, you made yourself some bugs. Oh, yay! There was only around 500 million issues with this toy. One being that the liquid that you make the bugs with were super toxic. Issue number 2 was that to cook these bugs, you had to use a metal tray and put it in a very hot oven. And family, when metal gets heated up, it gets super duper hot. So if you accidentally touch it, your fingers will burn. And that is exactly what happened. A bunch of different kids got burns and scrapes from this very evil toy. Apparently, the second version of the toy came out with non-toxic liquids and a safer oven that wouldn't burn people. But after that, I don't think the toy was popular anymore. So then it just got taken off the shelves. Who would have thought kids would hate bugs? Because newsflash, family, not only do kids hate bugs, but so does everybody else in this whole world. And that Amazon product has been banned. Let's all clap for that. Family, comment down below crazy toys. That's the secret word of today's video. And I'll heart your comment. Ban toy number 4, laser beams. Wow, look, family, look at all the shiny colors. This is what you call a laser beam pointer. And depending on the different color of it, depends on the different type of laser. And these things are super duper cool and super duper fun because all you have to do is press a button and you can point the laser anywhere you want. See, these laser beams might look like super fun lights that you can do anything with. But family, the power of these lights are actually so strong that they can really damage your eyeballs if you point them in there too long. It was causing injuries to eyes, sore eyes, even blindness. And family, not only are these lasers dangerous to your eyes, but the lights are also so strong that if you combine them with other things, they can even create fire. Whoa! This is the craziest band toy ever! So safe to say that not everybody should be using these crazy lasers. So this crazy product got banned. And now we use similar ones that are way tinier and way less strong that we use to fool our cat to run around the room. Band toy number 5, blast balls. Family, look at this. Whoa! It looks like giant candies. Oh, yummy! Well, actually, these are not yummy candies that you can eat because they are not supposed to rumble in your tummy. Apparently, they're supposed to rumble in your hands. This toy gets the name from what they are apparently supposed to do, and that is if you hit the balls together enough times, these balls will go bang, bang, blast. So apparently, they're supposed to explode. Look at this packaging. Hand blaster bang. Knock these balls together for a bang up fun. I don't know who the chicken nugget thought it was a good idea for this toy to be exploding everywhere, but that does not sound like fun to me, unless your idea of fun is visiting the hospital. And just like that, family, this banging ball toy was banned! Bye-bye, tiny fireworks. Go spark your light somewhere else. Family, band toy number 6 is called moon shoes. And they're supposed to be these big chunky shoes that you put on your feet. And then you use them to hop, hop, hop. And bounce so high you go up to the moon. Whoa, that sounds so fun! Except, nobody made it to the moon with this toy. Actually, the only place they made it was to their doctor's office. Because these shoes made them bounce so high and so funny that when jumping with these shoes, the kids would fall on their ankles, or on their legs, or on their knees, or on their hands. And then they would either break a bone, dislocate their ankles, or get a ton of scratches all over their body. The first version of moon shoes looks like they were made with springs from a trampoline. And might I say, a very old and rusty trampoline, if I say so myself. And then they made this version where you can't really see what's inside of them. But even with this safer version of moon shoes, the kids were still falling. Was that the moon shoes' fault or just the kids being very unathletic? I don't know. But what I do know is that we can't have unsafe toys. So yep, as you guessed it, this toy got banned too. Bye-bye, Mr. Moon, sir. This next banned toy was from Pokemon. And family, in this Pokemon toy, there was, Pokemons. And those Pokemons were so cool. And surprisingly, not the thing that made this toy get banned. The thing that was super dangerous about this toy was that the Pokeball that the Pokemon were inside of ended up getting stuck on kids' fingers and noses and even mouths. And family, it got so stuck on them so hard that it caused them to not be able to breathe. Now, family, I know Pokemon's slogan is gotta catch them all. Do you really gotta be catching a newborn baby? I do not think so. Family, this was super dangerous for a lot of kids, and some of them might have even oofed. So obviously, this toy was then banned. Goodbye, Pokeball. You will not catch me today. Banned item number 8. Power tools? Family, when you see your daddy or mommy using these cool power tools, you know, the things that fix couches or tables or chairs, you might say, wow, that is so cool. I want to be just like them. I want to fix things too. So family, that's exactly why they came out with this toy right here. A kid's version of all of the tools you will ever need. You can fix a table, a chair. This toy might seem so cool that it's actually real until you realize this toy is actually too real. Because seriously, family, these tools actually work. And what I mean by that is they actually sew, they actually saw, and they actually cut. And when you mix a kid that doesn't know how to use tools and very strong, powerful tools, what do you get? What is that again? Oh yeah! Injuries! And that is all I gotta tell you of why this got banned. Band toy number 8 is called Teletubbies. And family, these plushies might look super cute because they're all different colors. And they even sometimes light up and talk to you too. Well, family, apparently these toys have a very mysterious past that nobody knows about. And when the parents were leaving the kids alone with these plushies, instead of the toys saying cute little things to the kids, they were actually saying really bad things that were very inappropriate. They were saying things like, I'm gonna eat your peach, and other things like that. I don't know what the chicken nugget went wrong with these weird looking Teletubbies. Because at first I thought they were cute, but now that they're talking about peaches, and now also banned. Bye-bye, Teletubbies. And now, family, this is the craziest banned product of them all. And since you stayed to the very end of today's video, I'm gonna show you. This is called the Crocodile Dentist. And this toy is a big crocodile that has even bigger teeth. And what you're supposed to do is press one of the teeth one by one and hope that the crocodile does not eat you. Because if you press the wrong tooth, then the crocodile's mouth will close. And family, this might seem like a fun mystery game to play with your mom or your dad, or even by yourself. But the problem with this game is not only would the crocodile's mouth shut if you press the wrong tooth, but the mouth would shut right on your finger. Oh, and then crush it! Because crocodiles are strong, and that thing really hurt. It went from cutesy-wootsy crocodile to super evil crocodile, who seemed very hungry for kids' hands. And it's like, bro, are you sure that this crocodile is a toy? Because with how creepy it looks and how strong it chomps, I'm starting to think this thing